An injury time volley from Fede Valverde earned Real Madrid a late victory against Athletic Club to keep alive their hopes of catching Barcelona and ending up as league champions. Kylian Mbappe was suspended and injured, so two reasons why he was looking down from his private box at the Bernabeu. Real Madrid dominated the first half in terms of possession, 75% of possession. They forced 5 corners as well, but they could not break down Athletic's stubborn defence. Vinicius there with a mazy run and a shot just over the top. Athletic Club coming into this game with the best defensive record in LaLiga. They'd also only been defeated 4 times, and it was difficult for Real Madrid. Similar scenario really to the one that they faced in midweek in the Champions League against Arsenal. They defended with discipline and order, Athletic, leaving very few spaces. They didn't cause too many problems at the other end. There was one shot from Guruzeta that went over the top. This ball from Fede Valverde finding Rodrigo. Rodrigo's cross blocked by Paredes. Alex Berenguer playing this one out to Gorosabal, and it was Guruzeta in the end with the volley that went well wide. Ernesto Valverde, the Athletic Club coach, made 9 changes from the team that won the Europa League game in midweek. That was a Valverde header that tested Unai Simon. He left out Iñaki Williams, Owen Sanset, Marouane Sanadi, and there was no Nico Williams. He wasn't even on the bench. This was the best chance of the game at this point. These are images from the second half. Rodrigo flashing a shot just wide. Real Madrid were much better in the second half than they were in the first half. Just as much possession, just as much in terms of much attacking threat in terms of taking the game to Athletic, but there was greater order about the way that they attacked Athletic, more creativity, and they came a lot closer on many more occasions than they had done in the first half. But they still couldn't find the goal. They came close here. This was brilliant from Vinicius. The back heel into space. Camavinga sprinting forward, gets the shot away, pushed over the top by Unai Simon. He scored the previous week, Camavinga. Scored the only goal of the game in the 1-0 win over Alaves. This was Madrid's second consecutive La Liga 1-0 victory against a Basque team. Each in their own way very difficult, because they had to beat Alaves with 10 men in this game. They left it very late indeed. Fede Valverde here, playing this one out to Luka Modric. Modric with the cross, just eludes Bellingham. Iñaki Williams did eventually come on in the second half, as did Sanset and Sanadi. Another opportunity here for Bellingham. He takes it down well, spins back onto his right foot, and Adama Boiro makes the clearance. Another corner. Nicely executed pass from Tchouaméni. Good defending from Boiro. Dani Ceballos playing this one into Luka Modric. Rolled it to Valverde, and Valverde from the edge of the area, this time off target. He would have backed him to, well, not just hit the target, but to score from that range. Fede Valverde is so good from distance. In the end, he would deliver, as we'll see shortly. Endrick came on for Ceballos in the second half. Real Madrid ended up with pretty much just one defender on the pitch. Endrick had only been on for 30 seconds when Modric found him. Ball just ran away from him at the key moment. This is Berenguer playing the pass in behind Valverde. Courtois making the save from Unai Gomez's shot. Nothing to do for so long, and then when he had to do something, he did it perfectly. Thibaut Courtois, the story of his life at Real Madrid in so many games. Another brilliant cross from Vinicius. Bellingham connected with it, and his header was tipped over the top by Unai Simon. He was given man of the match at the end of the game for having denied Madrid for so long. Excellent cross, and Bellingham just couldn't get over the header to send it down. Could easily have beaten a lesser keeper, gone into the roof of the net, but Spain's #1 making the save. Another corner from Modric, another header from Bellingham, this time wide. This time the free kick from Luka Modric, somehow kept out. Nunez working wonders just in front of the goal. Heading the ball away. Modric picking out Fede Valverde. Cuts inside and gets the shot away into the side netting. So much power in the effort, despite it being effectively his weaker foot, his left foot. Took a touch off the defender, but the corner wasn't awarded to Madrid. They kept pouring forward. Modric playing the ball out to Fede Valverde. He played in Rodrigo. Rodrigo's shot was parried. It came out to Bellingham. He couldn't convert the rebound. Meanwhile, Athletic were causing problems on the break. Sanadi was on, and this was a real test for Asensio. It bounced awkwardly for him. Sanadi went down in the penalty area. He was upset, not sure whether it was because the corner wasn't given or the penalty wasn't given. I think maybe appealing for a corner. Leque came on for Athletic Club as they tried to see out time and take a point from this game. Vinicius teed up Bellingham here. Again, Madrid were denied. Paredes making the block. Rodrigo and Modric were taken off. Goulet and Brahim came on. It really was all-out attack from Real Madrid. At one point late in the game, they only had one defender on the pitch. That was Rudiger, and Rudiger was playing as an auxiliary centre-forward. So they knew that they had to win this game. Vinicius scored here, but the celebrations are cut short. He, in fact, doesn't really celebrate. Endrick was adjudged to have been the wrong side of the last defender when Valverde's cross comes in. And it's the same move, effectively, so Vinicius's shot is ruled out. It was a very, very close call. It goes against them. And at this point, Madrid fans beginning to wonder if it's just not going to be their evening. Whistles all around the stadium. There was a lengthy delay while the referee checked it, and his decision was that it was indeed offside, so the goal didn't stand. Well, they kept going forward, they kept believing. And in the end, that faith was rewarded. Vivian came on for Athletic Club. More defensive strength to reinforce the back four. Bellingham went down in the area. This could easily have been given as a penalty. He's urging the referee to check it. Ancelotti was incandescent in his technical area that it wasn't checked. Nunez clearly not getting the ball and getting something of Bellingham, the referee deciding not enough for it to be a penalty. This is Brahim. His cross is blocked. Lucas Vazquez sends it into the area. Bellingham pokes it over the top. So many chances squandered. Although this was a very difficult one, it wouldn't come down for him. And he couldn't wait any longer. He had to make contact with the ball before it was cleared. Vinicius plays this back to Fede Valverde. And the thunderbolt from distance is saved by Unai Simon. Brahim loses possession, it sits up for Valverde. And Carlo Ancelotti celebrates. The Uruguayan scores, Mbappe as well, enjoyed that one. Madrid back in the game, back in the title race, back to 4 points behind Barcelona. Fede Valverde, nobody does this better. Makes it look so easy, but he had to hit it with the outside of his right foot for it to swerve back inside the post. He catches it beautifully. Unai Simon, for once, left rooted to the spot with no chance of getting on the end of that, or of stopping that. There were still 3 nervous minutes left. Remember, Real Madrid had practically no defenders on the pitch by this point, and their backs were to the wall, but Athletic couldn't get an equaliser. Final score in the Bernabeu, Real Madrid 1, Athletic Club 0.